Hey, good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution episode 1054. Happy Thursday, right? Thursday, December 14th. Welcome back. We did not have a show yesterday. I was back in Anawan. Unfortunately, we had to lay my niece to rest. She was killed in a car accident last week. So, very shitty circumstances. Was nice to see family. But yes, terrible circumstances. So back at it. Um, Came home to some Topps Heritage High number. So I want to talk about that today. I want to talk about comps because I just had an instance where it seems I'm having more and more of these comp police. And I'm like, wait a second. Your numbers don't make sense. I think I realized the last couple, I realized why they don't make sense, but it's starting to get annoying. Like, no, that's not the comp. That is not the comp. So I know comps has been long debated. It's one of those words. Comps, I hate comps. It's necessary, though. It's this generation's Beckett Price Guide. Back in 1987, if you went to a card show, for those people that hate comps, you hate comps? Back in 1987, you went to a card show. Well, I'm not paying $2 for this Gary Templeton 1978 Topps. The Beckett says it's only worth 35 cents. We've been using comps for a long time. So don't hate the player, hate the game. Or wait, don't hate the game, hate the player. I think in this instance, we hate the player, not the game. Some people hate the game still, but I'm going to talk comps. I'm going to talk Heritage High number. We'll probably talk a little Tom Brady too. The genius marketing that Fanatics is doing regarding Tom Brady and Bowman draft. Let's talk fried chicken. Where's Uncle Rich? Let's start this off with a little food talk. So I was back home after the service. My mom and I and my Uncle Jack, we were going. So this is living now in the big city of Madison. We have options all over the place if we want to eat. Doesn't matter. It can be Christmas Day. Chinese is open on Christmas Day. I mean, there's just food options, restaurant options everywhere, all the time. But not in Little Anawan, Illinois. So my wife didn't make the trip, so it was just me. So if my wife did make it, we were just going to drive back. But I didn't want to drive back. I mean, it was going to be late at night. You know how I am. And it's like, I don't want to drive. I could have taken interstate, but so I stayed. And it was nice because, got to spend a little more time with family, because it probably would have been, if we would have drove back, we wouldn't have spent as much time there. Certainly not after the service. So my mom said, okay, well, we can go to the Outer Edge in Atkinson. So the service was in Atkinson, which is a neighboring town to Anawan, about 5 miles down the road. And so Atkinson is kind of like it's not a ghost town. It's actually bigger than Anawan. But it just always seemed like there was nothing going on. And I think that's because their high school closed in the 80s. And they went to Geneseo High School. While Anawan still has its own high school. And they say, like, when a small town loses its high school, it loses its identity. And there's a lot of truth to that. So Atkinson. So they just lost their groceries. The IGA, that's actually where I first started, was the Atkinson. It was two owners, Lynn and Jeff. Jeff ran the Atkinson store. Lynn ran the Anawan store. I actually started, was hired for the Atkinson store. And then they're like, well, you live literally 2 blocks from the Anawan IGA. You can work in Anawan. So Not much going on in Atkinson. And so my mom said, well, nothing's open on Tuesday because it was Tuesday. Nothing's open on Tuesdays around here, which like literally. So you've got Anawan, which is where my mom lives, where I grew up. Service is in Atkinson, 5 miles down the road. There's like 3 options in Atkinson. The barn, which now is only open on like weekends. The Outer Edge and the Corner Tap. The Corner Tap is a bar, but they serve food. So the barn was out for Atkinson. It's like, we'll just stay in Atkinson. We're already here. We'll just go somewhere in Atkinson because everything's Anawan's closed. So we look at the Outer Edge because my sister was like, well, we're going to stay till the end to help like pack up. I'm a terrible sibling. I didn't offer. My sister's like she's turned into like the matriarch of the family. So she's good. She like keeps up with all the family stuff. And I'm just like, just kind of leave me alone. So she's like, well, how late do they serve food? Otherwise, we're just going to go home and have leftovers. I'm like, okay. So we're looking it up. Oh shit. The Outer Edge is closed on Tuesdays, like every other place in this fucking county. Okay. Well, we know the barn's closed. Well, how about the Corner Tap? Are they open? It appeared the Corner Tap was open on Tuesdays. Now, do they serve food as the other? And I think the problem in a lot of these small towns and rural Midwestern towns is there's nobody to work. There's like a employee shortage at restaurants and bars. So you're seeing shortened hours, not open on many days and all that. And I think that's what's going on here. So it's like, okay, well, let's do the Corner Tap. Well, we don't know if they serve food. Anawan has their bar. One of their bar restaurants just closed within the last few months. They've got Mixed Place, which is nice. Would have been a great option. Closed on Tuesdays. And the Purple Onion closed on Tuesdays. So there's only 2 options in Anawan. You got Front Street Tap, but they only serve Butch's Pizza. So, okay. My mom's like, well, the Wagon Wheel, which is in Mineral. So that's 8 miles from Atkinson, just 3 miles from Anawan. Okay, well, let's just drive over to Mineral. So we did. Tell Uncle Jack, tell my sister, tell my sister's brother, we're going to the Wagon Wheel. So Uncle Jack did join us. My cousin Michelle, who I've talked about here, who fed me dog biscuits as a child. We shared our memories of that. And her husband, Rob, joined us. So fried chicken night at the Wagon Wheel on Tuesdays. By the way, if you're near Mineral, Illinois, check out the Wagon Wheel, man. Their fried chicken I don't know if it's on par with Ladd, Rip's Tavern in Ladd, Illinois. Pretty damn close. Fried chicken and the French fries. Oh my God. I think they fry the French fries in like crack cocaine. They are fucking good. Oh my God. The French fries and fried chicken clogged my arteries. Woo. So check it out. The Wagon Wheel, Mineral, Illinois. Delicious fried chicken. They had a special. So at Tuesday nights, their chicken special. But it's not really, in my eyes, it's not a special because it was a quarter chicken and spaghetti. I don't want spaghetti. I want some chicken, man. Don't give me spaghetti. So I'm like, can I just do chicken? Just give me some chicken. So I had chicken and fries. I held the coleslaw. I ordered coleslaw, didn't eat it. My mom's like, ooh, can I take your coleslaw home? I'm like, yeah. My mom loves coleslaw. Fried chicken, Wagon Wheel, Mineral, Illinois. Delicious. Washed it down with a couple Bud Lights. Good stuff. So then I came home yesterday. Got home around lunchtime. Took Biscuit for a walk. It was, I have the 40-degree rule. We don't go for a walk if it's colder than 40 degrees. 40 degrees, we'll go. 39? Nope. Sorry, we're staying in the house. So I think it was like 44 yesterday. It's been a very mild winter. So it's not even winter yet. It's been a very mild fall. We have cold as shit falls. Fall's been mild. We still have a week? Hey, the good thing is we've got 8 days, I think, until winter actually begins, which means we only have 8 days of this dreaded sundown at 3:30. Days start getting longer in 8 days. Cheers to that. I'll drink to that. So, what else is going on? So yesterday, took Biscuit for a walk, and shortly after we got back from the walk, UPS delivered my Topps Heritage High number. I bought 4 boxes. Some weird stuff in the collation with Heritage High number. So I want to talk about that. I want to talk about how my strategy for this, which has kind of worked. So if even 12 hours in, it's kind of worked. My strategy for ordering these boxes to drive traffic to my eBay store. And even though it's a really shitty product, Topps Heritage High number is a really shitty product. But if you get it on release day, it should work. Now, I had some luck in my 4 boxes, so I'll share that as well. Let's hit the chat, though, first, and then we can talk a little Topps Heritage High number. I still want to talk about comps also, the comp police. Good morning, David. What's going on? Happy Thursday. Red Light 34, good morning to you. We've got Kyle in the house. I drove back through Kyle's territory. I took Route 78 again yesterday. By the way, I was pulled over for speeding, second time this year. Second time I got a warning. Blanchardville, Wisconsin. The Blanchardville police got me as I'm coming out of town. But it's tricky. It's one of those small towns, Blanchardville, Wisconsin. I think it was Blanchardville. Yeah. Argyle, Blanchardville, coming south to north. It's one of those where it goes from like 25 to 35 to 55, and I don't know where the sign. It's like I'm heading out of town. I'm just going to pedal to the metal, and I'm driving. All of a sudden, I see the cops sitting there. I'm like, son of a bitch. And I knew I was going fast enough at that time because I looked and I saw the speed limit sign. I saw him put his lights on. I'm like, well, so I just pulled up. Before he even turned his blueberries and cherries, I was on the side of the road. I know, you got me. But I think the key is just be nice. Don't be a dick. That's a good life lesson. Just don't be a dick. Like, you know why I stopped you? I'm like, yep, I was speeding. I was speeding. Not going to argue with you. I saw you and I saw the sign and I realized, well, here we go. So, insurance and registration and all that bullshit. Here you go. He's like, well, you've been honest with me. I'm just going to let you off with a warning. Oh, thank you. It was good. Like it took like 2 minutes. It's done. So, Route 78. I should have taken the interstate. I thought about it. I'm like, well, I can get home 10 minutes faster if I take the interstate, but I have to take the interstate. It's a pain in the ass. You have a toll. It's only like $1.90, but still drive 10. You spend 10 more minutes on the road. Although it almost cost me a speeding ticket. $1.90 is a lot cheaper than a speeding ticket. Brian, what's up? Good morning. Donald in the house. Good morning to you. Grinding for good. Happy Thursday. DPM Sports Cards in the house. Good morning. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. Collector's Dream Orlando is here. Hello, everybody. Victor, good morning. Johnny M is here. Good morning. Heading to the gym. We'll catch the show later when listing. Very nice. We've got Arndog in the house. Dave, what's going on? Heading to Bushnell. Mark, good morning. JW, what's happening? I need to get me some of that chicken. Where are you at, JW? Are you in? I don't even know if you're in it. You're probably not even in Illinois. Oh, you're a Bears fan. You might be in Illinois. Where's JW? Where are you at? Mineral, Illinois. Wagon Wheel. Also, Rip's Tavern, Lad. That's like the best chicken. It's still, I haven't had a fried chicken better than Lad, Illinois. Rip's Tavern. Also, where I ordered my first beer at the age of 17, I think. Kids, don't do that. Steel Cards, what's up? Good morning. Jeremy Davis, it's 50 today in central Indiana. Holy cow, on December 14th. I think we're going to be in the 40s today also. They're in the 40s today. Not quite to 50. Good morning, Four Leaf Cards. Make it a great day. Hell yeah. Mark Marinello's in the house. Did you get out of the ticket by saying, do you know who I am? I'm surprised he didn't ask because I've got my cars full of shit, baseball cards. And the last time I got pulled over for speeding, coming home from the airport back in May, cops like, what's all this stuff in the back? And I'm like, oh, it's baseball card, blah, blah, blah. It's like, it was 2 a.m. I'm like, I don't want to, I know he was pulling me over thinking I was out drunk. No, just coming back from the airport, drunk on cards. And he wanted to, because he's on the night, like, I'm like, 2 a.m. Shit, I should have 4 hours of sleep by now. And he wants to talk Michael Jordan rookie cards. I'm like, dude, no. Just either give me a ticket or tell me to be on my way, but I don't want to talk about baseball cards at 2 a.m. on the side of the road. Thankfully, he let me off of the warning. I was much more pleasant yesterday than I was at 2 a.m. back in May. No, I don't have any Michael Jordan rookie cards in here. Neil's in the house. What's going on? Good morning. Tracy, what's happening? Good morning. Dairyland Picker Denny, what's up? Any nice pulls? Yes. It saved the day. I pulled some dollar cards as the hits, but I did pull a nice Jordan Walker rookie auto. Tracy says the last basketball game before Christmas tonight. Nice break coming up. So, Tracy, you must not have Christmas tournaments, holiday tournaments. I don't know if Wisconsin does holiday tournaments. Illinois, it's big. So in Illinois, holiday tournaments are huge. Like every holiday. If there's a holiday between the tip-off of basketball season until March, if there's a holiday, there's a basketball tournament, high school basketball tournament, Thanksgiving, turkey tournaments, huge in Illinois. Christmas tournaments, like that's freaking huge. Martin Luther King, a lot of schools run like a weekend or a one-day shootout during the King tournament or King holiday weekend. What else is there? I think that's about it. There's no Valentine's Day tournaments, but those are the three biggies. Yeah, holiday tournaments. And holiday tournaments, man, hospitality rooms. Ooh, boy. Hospitality rooms at holiday tournaments. Nothing better. That's why I got as fat as I did. Working in radio, eating in hospitality rooms. Running Buck Woodcraft. What's going on? Good morning. JW Niles, Michigan, right next to South Bend. Oh, so you could day trip over, man. Take I-80. Both towns are right on Interstate 80. Mineral, unfortunately, doesn't have an Interstate 80 exit, so you got to get off. If you're coming that way, you got to get off at Route 40, which is about, 10 miles, 8 miles from Mineral. Take Route 6 over. But Ladd right on the interstate. Ladd to South Bend, probably 2 hours. Let's just check it. Niles, Michigan. Where are we at? Rips Tavern, Ladd, Illinois. You should take a day trip and have some of their chicken. There's usually like an hour wait in line. Oh, it's 2 hours and 43 minutes from Ladd to Niles, Michigan. And Mineral tack on another 20 minutes from Ladd. So Mineral, Wagon Wheel, get there in 3 hours. Ladd, Rips Tavern, you get there in about 2:45. If you drive a little faster, might be able to make it in 2.5. Nice little day trip. Have some fried chicken. 20 minutes away from Four Winds Field. Home of the South Bend Cubs. Dairyland Picker says, nice JW Auto. He's a keeper. I'm selling him. He's a keeper on my fantasy baseball roster, but he's not a keeper in my he's a quick flip, man. I've had some decent offers. I think I'm sitting on 3 or 4 offers right now on that auto, which is gonna do put a nice dent into my total what I pay? $65 a box, so that's $130. I paid $260 for the 4 boxes, and that's gonna his card's gonna go for more than 50%. Yeah, it's gonna sell for more than 50% of that total cost. Sitting on a couple other offers, sold a bunch of commons already. So fortunately, with that luck, I don't think if I didn't pull the Jordan Walker auto, it would have been a pretty bad rip. Which I want to get into that. I want to take some notes here so I don't forget, because I always say, "Oh, I'm going to get to that. I'm going to get to that," and then we just go on different tangents. HHN. I want to talk about the collation and the flips. Okay. Oh, and we got to talk about comps. That's our main topic. Okay. So, all right. Where are we at? Brian's in the house. Cop was probably just trying to get you to talk about cards to verify you weren't drunk. Hey, that's actually, that's probably, engage in conversation to see if you're slurring your speech. Otherwise, if you just ask yes, no questions, how are you going to be able to tell if you're drunk or sober? So yeah, that's a good point. He might have just been engaging in conversation as a test. DPM says same in Indiana, hoops tourneys and wrestling holiday tournaments. Oh, interesting. I don't think Illinois has wrestling tournaments over that. I'm sure that actually, you know what? They probably do. Harlan in the house. What's up? Good morning. 4-leaf cards. Lad. I know some people from around there. I did some time at Champaign-Urbana. Lad, Illinois. Yeah, it's right next to, it's right across the interstate from Spring Valley, home of the Hall Red Devils. JW says, sounds like a plan. James says, what's the Walker auto going for? 160, right in that ballpark. I think that's actually the highest offer I've received. And I've received, I think, 4 offers right in that ballpark. I got a low ball offer right off the bat for like $50 or something. It's like, yeah. I think I countered it like 190 or something. That's typically what I do instead of just hit the old dirty decline. But yeah, that's probably what it'll end up going for, about around 160. Yeah, there's actually one at auction that was with 4 days left. The bidding is up to 150, but it's an auction. Do you really trust it? There's still 4 days. Is it going to get paid? So that's always the trick with auctions. Tracy says 2 young this year, 2 8th graders and 7 freshmen out of 14 girls on my varsity. Oh, wow. That is a young team. Philly Joe's in the house. Good morning. So let's talk Heritage High number. Collation was weird. So I ripped my Heritage High number. I was going to save 1 box for Saturday's Couch People Christmas Party. Let's advertise that. Bottom of the screen, Couch People Christmas Party. This Saturday, I will be at a card show Saturday during the day. Kane County Fairgrounds, St. Charles, Illinois. We'll probably kick off the Couch People Christmas Party around 7 p.m. Central Saturday night. Might be 7:30, just kind of depends on what time I get back. So Couch People Christmas Party this Saturday night, live stream right on this channel. Stream will be open. You can call in, come and go as you want. There's no topic. There's no topic at all. We just hang out and talk. And if you just want to hang out and listen and not call in or whatever, you can do that as well. So that's this Saturday around 7 o'clock in the evening. There won't be a Hobby Evolution Saturday morning because I'll be en route to St. Charles. That'll be an early morning because St. Charles is a haul. It's a little over 2 hours for me. So I'll be on the road at about 5 to 5:30, somewhere in that vicinity. Dave has a good question. Is there a strip joint in Ladd? Not in Ladd. No, there's a couple bars, couple restaurants, no strip clubs. I don't think there's any strip clubs around there because I grew up in that area. So I would know from other people, right? Not from personal experience. No, I think the closest strip club to that area would probably be the Quad Cities. Because I know Princeton doesn't have anything. LaSalle, Peru might. I don't know. Dan, what's up? Good morning. With a couple of weeks left in the year, do you do anything unique for business expenses? No, because my business year ends in September. So September 30th is my final day of my fiscal year. So sometimes now in years past, before I started my business, I would reach out to my accountant, and when I was selling, especially the 2 years prior to starting a business, like, hey, I sold a ton on eBay. And he's like, okay, go buy a bunch of cards. Even if you don't want, that was like the best gift ever. Just go out and buy a bunch of cards, even if you don't need them or want them. Just buy them to take it off your, taxable income. Oh, okay. So now I don't have that. I don't have that nice problem anymore. So no, end of year, I don't. My end of year for my business is end of third quarter. So, and it just varies. It just varies on how much I made. If I made too much, you go out and you stock up on supplies and a computer or whatever, just to get those expenses down, or just to get those expenses against your taxable income. But I didn't have to do that this year. Didn't have a crazy year, but it just depends year by year. It depends. Last year I did, 2 years ago I did. Mikey's in the house. What's up? He would be scared to be pulled over. Yeah, as the older you get, it's just like, yeah. It used to, like, it took a while. Now it's just like, I don't know. The older you get, it's just like, yeah. And I knew what I did, right? It's like, yeah, shit. I was speeding. So, T206 kid, what's up? Might have missed it, but any resolution with your business cards? Possibly. One of the boxes was delivered, but I look at the address and I just put this order in. What day is it? Today's Thursday. When did all this stuff go down? Monday? So this this has my correct address. This has my correct address, and I just ordered it. So I think the business cards that were delivered or sent to the old house, I think they're still $25 off. I think they're still somewhere. Neighbor's porch, I don't know. So here's the new business cards. They look like the old business cards. They just have different dates, new dates on them. So yep, so that's nice. I'll have those for Saturday. So no, I have to go back into my account. I didn't check it yesterday or the day before, just doing other things. So if I get a chance today, I'll take a look. Todd, what's up? Good morning. Any thoughts on MLB Top Prospects Spring Showcase? Yes. So yeah, MLB announced that they're going to do a Top Prospects Showcase at spring training, where like the top prospects of each team will play each other. So the Cubs will play the White Sox at spring training, which actually coincides with my time at spring training next year. So I'm super excited that I'll be able to watch the Top Prospect Showcase, Cubs and White Sox. And I think it's going to be at Sloan Park, the Cubs home. So yeah, I'm stoked for it, because I love prospects and in minor league baseball, and to have a game like that, really cool. So I'm excited, even more excited that I'll be there and I'll be at the game myself. Jeremy says, growing up in Farmville, Indiana, be aware of rural strip clubs. Yeah, there's a couple on my drive. If I go to like Club 400 and I take the back roads, there's a couple out in the country, and it always makes me giggle when I drive by. Heritage High Number. Where was I at? Heritage High Number. So I can't remember where I left off, but I opened 4 boxes. I did not. Oh, That's why we got misdirected. Couch People Christmas Party. So I was going to save one for the Couch People Christmas Party. And then I'm like, you know what? I've got to get these listed. I don't want to wait till Saturday night, and then I won't have them listed until Sunday. So I did open all 4 of the boxes last night. I've listed a ton. Let's see, 75, 150, 300, about 300 singles. And I have another stack, probably 2 more. Oh, and that. So and then I've got a couple of the like box toppers that I've got to list. Just 2. And then my actual hits, 3 of my 4 actual hits will likely find themselves in the dollar box on Saturday at the St. Charles Card Show. So I did open, if you want to watch the breaks, I opened my first box live yesterday afternoon on my YouTube channel. So you can go back and watch that. You can actually see what I'm about to talk about on the collation. Weird issue actually happened in 3 of the 4 boxes, I believe. So my hit in that first box, spoiler alert, was the old napkin relic, Willy Adames. So that'll be in the dollar box on Saturday because it's, it might be worth a couple bucks, but then you have to ship it. You don't want to ship this in a PWE. I don't ship. These are thicker, so I don't ship these in PWE. My other hits, Max Muncy relic and Jose Berrios relic. So none are numbered, I don't think. So those will find themselves in the dollar box this weekend. However, the 4th hit was nice. Jordan Walker rookie auto. It's going to sell in the $150 to $200 range. So that's going to make up for the shitty hits in the other boxes. The Jordan Walker was also in the hot box. So one of my 4 boxes was the hot box with the purple chrome refractors. So, and fortunately, I pulled like 2 of the biggest cards in the hot box, Anthony Volpe and Jordan Walker. And I think one of those might have sold already. Maybe not, but I've got offers. I've got a really nice offer. I'm not even sure why they didn't like just buy it outright because they're offers. So I'm a little concerned when somebody sent it's, I think listed for $10 and they sent me an offer for $9.75. And it's like, is this a legit offer or are they just trying to skew the comps, which we're going to talk about? And because the other offers are like $5 and it's like, I'm not going to take $5. So it's like, I don't want to, because here's the problem. If it's a fake offer and they don't end up paying, although eBay's starting to fix that where they have to pay automatically, that you have to wait 4 days. And it's like, well, in 4 days, the price, especially on a new release, drops. So that's the problem. So in that first box, if you watch the break yesterday, one of the packs, there was a card turned upside down. Guess what that means? Usually it means a hit. It was a home run special, Aaron Judge, Roger Maris. Home run special, card 100, which didn't make sense on Heritage High number. So I'm like, ooh, and I flip it over like, oh, is this going to be an auto? Because at first I think I saw Judge, and I wasn't thinking Maris. Well, there's not going to be a Maris auto in here on a 2023 card unless it's a sticker. Do they have any Roger Maris sticker auto? Did they have stickers? When did Roger Maris pass? He's been gone for a long time. So I doubt they had sticker autos back when he was, they didn't even have autos when he passed away. So it's not going to be a Roger Maris. I guess it could have been like a cut auto. Yeah, it could have been a cut auto. They do that. So anyway, it wasn't an auto. It was nothing. It was just the card. I'm like, interesting. Later in the same box, another upside down card, same one. So I got 2 in the same box, both upside down. Somebody actually reached out to me. I got a reply to them, asked me, was this upside down? Here's what I think happened, because now I've gone through all 4 boxes. The only box this did not occur in was the hot box with the purple refractors. So, and I think one of the other boxes had 2 of that same card upside down. Another box had that card. My 4th box last night that I ripped later had the Judge Maris card upside down and like a Grayson Rodriguez base rookie. And I'm like, oh, this must be action image something. No. So I've gone back and I've looked through all 4 boxes and no variations. So I think there was like a collation mistake with Heritage High Number where some boxes didn't have the variants. I did not pull a single action variation. I did not pull any type of variation whatsoever in my 4 boxes. So I think there must be some collation issues. So I haven't seen it. I've been following the thread on Blowout Forums. I haven't seen anything occur, but I'm going to, now that I've gone through and actually looked at everything, I'll go and report my findings, see if anybody else has. Somebody did reach out to me on eBay and said, hey, by chance, was this card upside down in your box? Do you remember? And yes, I absolutely remember, because it's like, hey, what is this? And it's not a short print, because I pulled, I think 5 total out of my 4 boxes, maybe 6 total, probably 6 total, because I pulled 2 in 2 boxes, and then I think there was 1 each in the other boxes. So I think 6 out of 4 boxes, and they're all over eBay. There's a whole bunch of them on eBay already. So it's not a short print. So very interesting. Very interesting. So my thought process, I'm going to get to the chat here in a second. My thought process with Heritage High Number was, it's a new release. I haven't done a new release, and this is something that I like Heritage. High Number kind of sucks, but I haven't ripped anything for a while. It scratches the itch. It brings me new product to my inventory, which does drive new traffic. And that's the thing, where I started listing all of these singles. Not only do you attract buyers looking for these singles first on the market, but also it brings in just traffic, just organic traffic at times, where they may not buy any of the Heritage High Number, but they'll buy. I sold a bunch of 2000 tops, like Wade Boggs and Tony Gwynn and just some random stuff. So not only does it bring eyeballs for people looking at the new stuff, but they come into your store and they may buy other stuff. So that's why I always encourage put some new stuff on there, and especially on opening day. Now, don't go buy like regular Heritage that was released 6 months ago, because nobody's buying that anymore. But this, if you get it, within first couple days of release, it does drive in that traffic. So that's why I wanted to get everything listed. I was listing until like almost 9 o'clock last night, just because I wanted to get a bulk of it loaded on that opening day. Victor, the rookie card specialist, has a question. What's up, Victor? Do you add a business card in your orders? If so, what's on them? eBay store, YouTube channel. Amazing questions, Victor. I'm glad you asked. So I'm going to give you 2 examples. So there's 2 options. Yes, I do add a business card to almost every order. I say almost every order because I have a lot of repeat customers, and it's like, okay, I know you watch Hobby Evolution, so you I don't need to advertise Hobby Evolution or Madison Card Show, or for repeat buyers. So almost every order. And I have 2 business cards that I will insert into my orders on eBay. And this is great cross marketing, because I'm packing about 120 orders on a daily basis. So it does, there's a good reach with the volume. Most orders get my YouTube channel business card, Hobby Evolution. It's got the QR code, so you can just scan it in. And then it's got, just has a little blurb: subscribe to my YouTube channel to get your daily dose of trading card tips, tricks, and news, box breaks, mail days, and card show highlights. And at the bottom, it has my website, 1millioncubs.com, my Twitter handle at 1millioncubs, and then the QR code at the top says daily trading card video content with the QR code. Search 1 Million Cubs Project on YouTube or scan the QR code above. So that's what I put in most of the orders. If it's within like a 4 or 5 state region, basically anyone in Illinois, and I kind of go like Peoria, Springfield, North, because like St. Louis area, are they going to drive to a one-day Madison Card Show? Probably not. Iowa, Minnesota, obviously Wisconsin, Sometimes Michigan and Northwest Indiana. I actually had a Michigan. Somebody I put the Madison Card Show card in was in Michigan, and he's like, "Hey, I got your Card Show business card in one of my eBay orders. I'm gonna drive over and check it out." So this is what I put in my local orders, and by local, within like a 5-state region. It's got all the Madison Card Show information with the schedule. So these are the newest cards: December 30th, January 27th, February 24th, March 30th, and the rest of the 2024 schedule to be announced. Because I won't get those contracts signed until like February, when they can release the dates for me. So yes, I absolutely put it's great cross promotion. So yes, absolutely, I put those cards in my eBay orders. Sal Dougie, what's up? Good morning. 4-leaf cards, as I oftentimes offer 25 cents under just to feel like I'm getting a deal. Maybe I'm sketching a seller out. LOL. Yeah, it does sketch me out. Because I don't know if it's like a legit, like for 25 cents, why wouldn't you just buy it at full price? Because if I'm offering, like, I'm going to offer, if I want it at full price, if it's like, okay, this is a fair price, I'm going to buy it outright. Or if I want to try to get it cheaper, I'll offer, it depends on what it is. And, if I don't really care if I have it, it's like, I'll pay. If it's listed for $10, it's like, I'll pay $5. Like, but that's my max. I'll offer $5. But I've never offered like $9.75 on a $10 card. So it's like, it's a little like, what's the motivation? Do you just want to get a good deal? Or are you just trying to like, but I don't understand. Like, and I think in previous, now eBay's finally starting to get around to, okay, if you're going to send an offer, you're putting your information, you're paying. If your offer is accepted, you're paying. Thank God, because you could really skew the comps by sending these offers and getting them accepted and then not paying. And so now it's like, oh, here's a $9.75 sale when it's not legit. It might only be a $6 card, $6 card or whatever. So, so that's kind of where I'm at. So I did receive a $9.75 offer on a $10 card. And it's like, I don't know if I should accept this. Is it a legit offer? So I probably will. It hasn't, I don't think it's sold outright overnight. And the other offers aren't even close. The other offers are like $5 and $6. So Mr. 975 is going to get an accepted offer. And hopefully it's one of those where they had to pay, so it's not going to skew. And I have to wait 4 days and gets reloaded in 4 days. It's probably a $5 card. I don't know. JG, what's up? There was something wrong with my Bowman draft box. No Brady auto. Bummer. What a genius idea that was. I might save that. We're 45 minutes in and I want to talk about comps. So maybe we'll save Tom Brady for another day. Zach and Porter says, Bo, those business card inserts are illegal. I thought I knew you. It is a slippery slope. It is a slippery slope. Now, because eBay says you're not supposed to put things in those packages, but almost every, I shouldn't, because not every order, but I bet 75% of my eBay purchases have some sort of a business card or some sort of insert in my package. Insert in my package. That's what she said. 4-leaf says, I don't want to offer more because then I feel like I'm offending. You are welcome, Victor. And 4-leaf says, offer less. Gotcha. I think anything, it kind of, some people get offended easily. I only get offended if I have a $20 card and you offer me $1, I'm not going to get offended. I'm just going to be like, okay, asshole. And usually that's a dirty decline. Like, okay, I'm not even, or I just do, if it's $20, I'll send a counter at $19.50 or something. But yeah, and the thing is, it kind of depends. Like, if I list something and immediately get offers, like, I'm just going to sit on them. Like my Heritage High Number stuff. Like, I've been sitting on these offers because it's like, well, what if somebody takes advantage of my 25% off? And some of these offers are like 25%. It's like, okay, I'll just bank on somebody coming in and buy. Okay, maybe they want all my Brewers cards that I pulled from this box, and they buy 7 or more, they get that 25%. So I always like wait 24 hours. There's been I think I had like a Candace Parker card, and I did sell one, but this was like in a different time, like a year ago, 2 years ago, and I sold one for like $50. I'm sure the market's come down. It still was in my eBay store for $50. Somebody offered me $20. Boom, accept. It's been in my eBay store for a year. So I took less than 50%. I'm not going to take less than 50% if it's only been in my store for a day, 2 days, a week. But if it's been in my eBay store for 6 months or longer, okay, I know my price isn't good. No other offers have come in. I'll take this. What some people would consider a lowball offer. It's not lowball to me because it hasn't moved. So that's the thing. It's like, I mean, there are like offensive offers out there, but for the most part, you just roll with it. Low roller scratchers in the house. What's crypto up to? What's crypto up to? Where's Bitcoin at? Jeremy says, I saw the Brady Super Auto was pulled. Do you think it will bring the box prices down at all? No, not at all. Not one iota. That's the thing with supers, and it's like but they're so rare. Like just think of a super. And some people, I don't know, I don't know how some of you, I don't know how often you're buying boxes, but if you are breaking boxes, how many supers have you pulled? I have opened hundreds, if not thousands, of hobby boxes. I have pulled a total of 2 superfractors out of thousands and thousands of boxes. 2016 and was it I think it might have been last year. Yeah, I think it was last year, Topps Pro debut. Neither were Bowman, and I open a lot of Bowman. Topps Chrome Update 2016, I pulled the Christian Arroyo non-auto super, and then last year I pulled a non-auto super. I've never pulled a super auto, Christian Encarnacion Strand. So I think ultimately, like some of the high end people that are, I want to buy this. I think more long term, it affects it. Like if you're going back to buy, like some high end flawless, is the 1/1 Patrick Mahomes rookie auto pulled or whatever. But in this case, I don't think it's not gonna sway, especially a product like Bowman Draft. I think wasn't the bounty on, like, I think there's a bounty and it's not even on the super. The bounty's on something else. So like that's potentially still out there. There's still a chase for Brady. People are still going to spend the crazy money on Bowman Draft. I don't see the prices just because the super was pulled on anything. I don't think that's going to affect prices. Low Roller says, do you know what's going on December 23rd on this channel? I don't. We're going to do Hobby Evolution. That's all I know. Unless you have an idea or know something I don't know, I'd be curious. Justin, what's up? I don't think prices will come down until the 12 of 50 gold inscription is pulled. That's the bounty chase. There you go. That's the bounty chase. I still don't think that'll affect prices. I think they'll pretty much stay the same. Let's see. Johnny M tells JG he had the same problem with his case. No Brady. Oh, bummer. Orlando says, I offended some by sharing my Cap Anson card. Comments were why I would collect him because he's the best player of the 19th century. Your thoughts? So this is a great point Orlando brings up. Cap Anson is what I want my 1 millionth card to be. And fortunately, nobody's like come out and given me shit about it. Somebody will eventually. I'm sure somebody will in today's climate. But Cap Anson was he was not a good person. Cap Anson was not a good person off the field. He was a great ball player. One of the, as Orlando mentions, one of the best players, if not the best player of the 19th century. But he had beliefs that most, if not all of us, would not agree with. And that, that causes a lot of, people sharing their opinions on that. So, it does suck. I don't idolize Cap Anson by any means. It's just that is, to me, and why I want that to represent the millionth card is it represents the first superstar of the Chicago Cubs, then known as the White Stockings. It has nothing to do with who he was as a person or any of his beliefs. It's just, unfortunately, he was the guy that was the first superstar for the Chicago National League Ball Club. So I have a feeling eventually I'll get some, opinions shared about how I shouldn't be collecting Cap Anson. But it's like, people need to worry about themselves. Too many people get offended easily and want to kick back at that. So that sucks. Zach says, good call on offers to someone with a card that has been in inventory for a while. Bitcoin's back at 43K today. There you go. Coinbase listed a new meme coin called Bonk. It is the new Dogecoin. Clifford's in the house. Bounty is on the gold, 12 of 50 with the inscription. Did he do an inscription on all of the 12? On all of the 12s, the 50s, and the, I don't know what all numbers there are, but I thought I read that somewhere. I'm not sure. James says the bounty is on the gold, up 50. December 23rd is your birthday channel. Is that like the first day that I opened my YouTube channel? Didn't know that. Kyle says, I found Hobby Evolution because of the business card you put in with a Dale Jr. card. Yes, it works. Had heard of 1 Million Cubs guy from Bench Clear Show, but no idea this existed until I got the card. Awesome. It's work. It's paying off. One eBay buyer at a time. Love it. And now we've hung out in person. Sold more NASCAR to you. December 23rd, my birthday, for the YouTube channel. Didn't know that. So let's talk comps. Jeremy says Ty Cobb was a horrible person, but I wouldn't stop collecting him if I could afford it because he was a shit person. Yeah, that's a good point. Like, weren't like all of the players in that era shitheads? Like, I mean, it's just a completely, it sucks. It sucks. I don't share the views. It's like Curt Schilling has terrible opinions. And he tweets stupid shit. He did tweet something that I agreed with. It had nothing to do with politics or I can't even remember what it was about. But I liked the comment. And somebody had the audacity. To either direct message me or reply and say, I think they DM'd me and said, I'm sorry, but I have to unfollow you for liking a Curt Schilling comment. And I'm like, is this a joke? Like, and I responded, sorry you feel that way, but I agree with that particular tweet. It wasn't even like, it was like a no shit. Most people probably would have agreed with that tweet. But because, you can't like, I don't like you because you like him. And I don't like Curt Schilling. I think he's a dumb fuck. But he had a point. Like, just because I think he's a dumb fuck doesn't mean I can't agree with some of the things he says. Most of the things I disagree with. But there was one thing. Like, Jesus Christ, people. Why do people do that? Why are people like that? That's why I don't like talking to my neighbors. They might be Curt Schilling or the opposite of whoever that shithead was. I can't like you because you liked a tweet. Get the fuck out of here. What the fuck? Anyway. JPron82, what's up? Have you noticed a difference in bulk eBay shipping labels for ESE? Yesterday went to ship multiple cards and there are 2 labels on one page rather than one. I have not. I didn't do any shipping. I got mostly caught up the other day. So I have not been on since Tuesday night. Tuesday night? No, Tuesday afternoon. Brian Wolf says Cap Anson is MAGA. JPron82 says, have you noticed a difference? Oh, we just talked about that. I have not. Low Roller says, you sold Simpson cards. You better list more Simpson cards. There you go. Jeremy says, we judge people for the cards we collect now. Idiotic. Yeah, there's a lot of idiots out there. A lot of idiots out there. Hey, speaking of idiots, comps. Comps. So I've been trying to list more like not higher end, but higher end for, $1.50 inventory, but like $10, $20, $30 cards. And I've noticed an uptick in people when sending me offers say, well, the comps are here. This is my best offer. I have a Kylian Mbappe, fuchsia mini diamond refractor, numbered out of 175. And I've taken some lowball offers on it. I think I have it listed for 25, which is a little higher than comps. But I'm just kind of fishing for offers. So I took just this morning, I took an offer. I think they first offered me $5 and then I countered it 24. It's listed for 25. Then they countered me back at 6 and then I just declined. Like, okay, we're not playing this game. And then they sent me a new offer because they still had a couple offers to waste. And they sent me an offer of $12 because the comps are between 12 and 15. You're offering me your best offer. And that's what they said. This is my final offer. Comps are between 12 and 15. So they're offering me 12. I'm like, okay, first, no. If you want to play that game, you're going to pay 15. Second of all, I think you're wrong. Because I wouldn't have, if comps were 12 to 15, I wouldn't have listed for 25. I probably would have listed for 20 at the most, or probably 15. So I wanted to look, and this is why people are looking at 130 point, most likely 130 point, which does not list shipping. And I noticed on these Kylian Mbappe cards, the three most recent sales are all from Asia. So shipping is high, which is really skewing the comps. So the comps aren't 12 to 15. The most recent sale, which was yesterday, happened at auction, which I hate auction comps anyway. It sold at auction for $10.50 plus $7 shipping. So the comp is not $10.50. The comp is $17.50, and actually a little more than that because you pay taxes on top of that as a buyer. So they're okay, $17.50. The next most recent comp was on December 4th, also an auction. It sold for $5.50 from Singapore, where the shipping charge, you paid $15 for shipping. The comp is not $5.50. The comp is $5.50 plus you're paying shipping of $15. That comp is $20.50. And then the third most recent was on November 21st. We can go further. $16.25 at auction plus $7 shipping. So that comp is not $16.25. That comp is $23.25. November 20th, another auction, $11.59 plus another from China, $7 shipping. So that's $18.59. November 16th, That was a best offer that I don't have. Oh, I have 130 point on here, though. That was a $5 shipping charge. What date was that? November 16th? $12. So that was a $17 sale. So no, your comps you're telling me are off. So that's why a lot of people, the comps are this. No, the comps aren't that. You have to take shipping into account. I don't charge you shipping. Shipping is free on my listings. Those comps added shipping. Add the shipping. And I know 130 point doesn't add the shipping. So you have to actually go back and look. So I just declined it. Like, okay, if that's your best offer, decline. All right, where are we at? Mick debates. That's bad news for me because I like collecting the dumbass players. Don't we all? I sold more hockey cards. Mick debate said I had a guy offer me $2 on a $19.99 listing. I countered $19.98. Right. It's like, don't be a dick. James says, selling graded cards, you get the fanny pack offer police all the time. Michael says, anytime someone plays the comp expert with me, I just decline the offers. Sometimes I do that. Like, okay, especially if it's like, if it's a $5 offer and a $25 card, usually I'm pretty close. There's probably I know I have some outdated pricing just from release week pricing on older releases, but I have an idea of what those are. If it's something that I picked up at the card show on Saturday and I listed on Sunday, I know I'm pretty close to comps. And I'm offering $5 because come on, man. Johnny M says, you're better than me. I would have just declined 12 and blocked him. I didn't block him, but I did decline. Michael says, you can't comp auction versus buy it now or best offer. Auctions will almost always be lower. Agree. I hate auctions as a seller. I love them as a buyer. And that's why, because they always go lower. Brian Van Beek, what's up? I always include shipping when using comps as a justification for an offer. I tend to always add $1 to $5 depending on the card, especially if it's numbered and how few are out there. I'm also only sending offers on cards more than $20. And like with offers, like I have so much inventory. If somebody wants to pay $1 for my $1.50 card, I'm all about that if they buy multiple cards. You know, I'm not going to sell a single card, although sometimes just to get some flow, I'll list 99-cent cards, 99centcards.com. But that doesn't mean I'm going to take 99 cents on just any card. Like, don't offer me 99 cents on this card because that's not part of the 99-cent deal. Sorry. But if you want 7 or 8 cards and send me 99-cent or $1 offers, I'll take them. But I'm not going to take one offer at that, even though I will list cards at that price point. People want to buy your soccer cards. Max says, most people citing eBay sale never include shipping, not to mention the buyer paid sales tax too. Exactly. Like, do you know what I don't think people understand what a comp is. Comp is a comparable sale. What is that buyer paying? Like that shipping isn't just like, you know, the post office didn't assume that cost. The buyer had to pay that. The buyer paid, you know, on this one, $11.59 is what they paid for the card. Plus they also paid $6.99 for shipping. Plus they paid a tax wherever they were based at in their sales tax in their state on top of that, which is going to be another $1 or $2. So they paid all of that. That's what a comp is. TD, I had a rookie superfractor auto and a PSA 10 of a relevant player listed at $1,000. Guy offered me $20, blocked. See ya. That's probably one of those cases where I would probably block. I probably would block that. Like, come on, man. Come on. Speaking of blocks, there's always the great debate. Some people are a little too loose with hitting the block button. Sometimes somebody will offer like $1 on a $3 card and they're like, oh, you're a low baller, I'm going to block you, which I think that's a little too far. Some people don't block anybody. There was somebody posted in this. I was actually going to post in the Facebook group, Hobby Evolution. Check out Hobby Evolution on Facebook. Join the group. We've got great discussion. Brandon posted yesterday, I don't typically do this, but this buyer needs to be known by all of us and blocked. The user ID from eBay is Dastru-43, Dastru-43. And Brandon writes, the person will buy a card early morning or middle of the night, then request to cancel immediately and will leave neutral or positive feedback asking for a refund. I see he has done the same to Bo and a few other sellers I know. Attached is a screenshot of feedback he has left for others. He left two neutrals. One of those was me. And then he left positives on a whole bunch of others, but just the description is refund. Cancel order, please. So cosign, he is on my block list because I've been getting a lot of that. Not a lot, but more than I want, where somebody will buy something and then immediately request to cancel. Guess what? I think in my case, they're doing that in some instances because I offer positive feedback upon payment. So they can get around, they try to get around that by asking for a refund. It's like, nope. And that's why I have returns, but it's like, I decline. So this guy bought an Ellie De La Cruz. I shipped it. It's delivered. And I'm going to go into eBay and say, hey, here it is again. I had one removed last week, a neutral or a negative last week, removed for the same damn thing. So you can go in, request to remove feedback through eBay. And it's kind of hit or miss. At least for me, it's been hit or miss. They did remove similar circumstance last week, a different user. They did remove the feedback. Let's see. Kyle says, I think there should be a law that comps do not apply under $5 value. I've had offers on $1.75 on 250 cards saying comps were at $1.75. Yeah, it's just like, really? Max doesn't block unless it was an unpleasant transaction or I've been notified to block before ever doing business. Let's see. Johnny M says, I am looser than a $2 hooker with my blocks, but yet I had my best year ever on eBay in 2023. That's the thing. It's like the argument is, but you'll lose future customers. Do you want these? If it's like Max says, if it's an unpleasant transaction or maybe it's not even a transaction, maybe it's a message, or it's like, I just don't want to do business with this person. Like, it's okay to block. It's okay to lose that future business. There's enough people out there to buy right now. Maybe in the future that won't be the case, but I'm not loose with my block list. You know, my block list is, I mean, it's big, but I've also done tens of thousands, over 100,000 transactions. And I think my block list is around 100 users and like 3 or 4 of the same person. So I don't want to do business with them. I don't care if I lose their $1.50. Make it up somewhere else. Porter's in the house. What's up? Good morning. We're just wrapping up for the day. So hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. I do have opinions on the Tom Brady gimmick that Fanatics and Topps is doing with Bowman Draft this week. I love it. I'll share more of my opinions tomorrow. JG says, I block all those buyers who claim a card that was not delivered when it was scanned as delivered. F them. I would pump the brakes on that because that's legit. Like, it happens a lot, especially if it's an ESE. I would pump the brakes on that because I've had people that I know personally that I trust have told me, hey, it was delivered. I still haven't received it. So I would, and I know that from personal experience. I've had it happen to me. So I would watch the block button on those because it's a lot of times those are legit. Andy Max says, I don't block based on one side of the interaction. I did block Dastru-43 though. Yeah. If you show your work and it's legit, block worthy. And I see that. Like, I have people on my block list that I haven't even done business with, but just the way they've interacted as a customer to other people, whether it's I've seen it on Hobby Evolution or just in Twitter. It's like, I don't want to run into that issue. I'm just going to block them and preventative maintenance is what we call that. Johnny M says, if I block them, it's one more potential customer for the rest of you. You're welcome. There you go. Thank you. Brian says, I've had that happen several times where it says delivered or out for delivery. Sometimes it shows up weeks later. Usually it's a day or two, but you are correct. Sometimes it's weeks. Sometimes it's weeks, if not months. Max says, I just don't understand why grown adults think it's okay to chastise others for how they do business or collect. Even if you don't agree with it, doesn't mean it's wrong. Brian says, dude bought Miami Dolphins ticks, then messaged me to say he paid with the wrong card and would pay with the other card. I refunded. He never tried to buy again and made a credit card claim that he didn't make the purchase. Oh, that's just straight up robbery. Theft. Michael says, I had a guy file negative feedback because I didn't ship to his new address. The card was delivered to his new address, no problem. His feedback is 1, and that was me. Brian said, try to get paid twice. eBay said, no way. Good. Thank God eBay stepped in and said, screw you, you thief. All right. So that's what I had for today. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, visit my eBay store, check out Hobby Evolution on Facebook. Don't forget the Couch People Christmas party is this Saturday night. We're only a couple days away. Shit. I got to get ready for the card show too. Today's Thursday. Holy moly. All righty then. So have a great one. Happy Thursday. Like, subscribe. Tomorrow we'll talk Tom Brady. I guess tomorrow's Friday. It's a free-for-all. So we will also play Name That Player tomorrow, 7 a.m. Central. See you then.